Hey, all of you flabby losers, listen to me now and believe me later. Listen to Fallout Shelter with Trick and Tino. They're more pumped up than a low float penny stock making new highs. If you don't listen, I'll come over there and very easily crush your head like a walnut between my butt cheeks. Ha! And then I'll grab your love handles and stretch them around you like a bag so you can carry yourself out to the garbage. So listen to Fallout Shelter and do it now. Okay, losers, I gotta go. And my housekeeper's waiting for me, but I'll be back.
Well, you heard it, folks. I mean, coming straight from Arnold. I mean, you better listen, or I mean, he's gonna crush you.
He's gonna crush you between his butt cheeks.
Yeah, his butt cheeks, ladies and gentlemen. Arnold's butt cheeks.
You know, and it just goes to show you, man. Here's a guy. I mean, did you see the picture of his housekeeper?
Incredible, hey? Like, you know what that's about? Like, he's he's running a lot of gear. He's got so much test at that time running through him, man. Like, he'll just fuck a goat. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him.
Dude, it was so, I couldn't believe when I saw a picture of her, man. Oh my God.
Well, I run a lot of gear. Like, I run a lot of testosterone. So you know what? In some ways, I understand it. I completely understand it. It's like, yeah, you know what? When you're running high milligrams and you get something looking like that, it's like, hey, sometimes it just doesn't matter. It's like, hey, fuck it. Especially when it's him. He's Arnold, right?
He's a Terminator, man.
Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. What a nut. Love that guy.
He's going to be back, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be
Arnold.
back.
Yeah, we got along really well with Arnold. I mean, he'll be back for sure. I mean, like he said, he'll be back, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, folks, welcome to episode 11 with Trick and Tino of Fallout Shelter. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that's going on right now. Summertime trading, okay? It's not just going to be about summertime trading, but, you know, it's almost going to be like a continuation of last week's episode about realistic expectations, kind of. We're just going to jam tonight, you know, because I've got a lot of things on my mind, and you know,
yeah,
go on.
I didn't mean to cut you off. We were talking on the phone today, and you mentioned, you know, coming into the summertime, and sometimes you feel a little bad for members or some people that sign up. You know, no matter where they sign up, either with you or they go to another room, and they come in like we talked about with expectations from last week, and you know, they come into these summer doldrums, you know, and I feel a little bad for them because they don't know what to expect, but this is like clockwork, man. It happens every year.
Yeah.
You know?
And especially this week. Like, this week is 4th of July long weekend. Okay, so today was Monday.
Yeah, July 2nd.
Choppy day, right? And then tomorrow, it's only half a day. Okay, so the stock market closes at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Wednesday, it's closed completely. And then Thursday, it's back open, and then Friday back open. But here's the thing. A lot of people that are new, they don't realize that the professional traders, like where the big money is that drives the stock market, they're gone, man. They're
partying, man.
Yeah, they're out for the week, at least for the week. A lot of them don't come back until like end of August at this point now. This is when a lot of the smart money just kind of leaves, you know, and then they come back. You'll also see an influx in volume in small caps. See, a lot of people will seek refuge from the storm. Now, what I mean by seek refuge from a storm is the stock market's low volume, it's choppy, it's, you know, it's a little bit uncertain, especially right now with all the craziness with the trade war, potential trade war, and all these fucking tariffs going on. And we'll get into that in a few minutes because that's just nonsense already. Like, it's just annoying at this point. But they'll go over and they'll start trading small caps. And, you know, but it's not like the low floaters that you guys are thinking about. I'm talking about like the Russell 2000 index, right? Which are the 2000 best small cap stocks, right? Stocks like, oh, geez, I don't even know off the top of my head. It doesn't even matter. But I'm not talking about stocks like fucking Dries and all that garbage. Like, they're still decent stocks, right? They're just small caps, right? They're the lower price stocks that actually might have a shot to one day become, a higher price stock. So people will start trading those. And, I don't want people to get sucked in because they're still fairly easily manipulated, right? Like, because of the floats, like they're not these, mega caps. And I mean, they don't have like huge floats. It still doesn't take that much volume. It's not a low floater, but it still doesn't take like usually their floats are like in the 200 million range, which is still pretty low. A lot of people get scared about float and they're really misinformed about float. You've been led to believe that the size of float really matters. And if it doesn't have a low float, it can't move easily. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because go ahead and look at Apple. Go ahead and look at Facebook. Look at Twitter. I mean, they're all, except for the Twitter isn't $1 billion or a billion float. But the rest are, right? Like Apple's about 5 billion, Facebook's about 2.5, and Twitter's about 700 million. So, but look at those on any given day. They have massive range and they move miles in a day, right? And they have huge floats, but you've been told, right? See, this is just one of the lies, right? This is one of the lies you've been told that, low floaters, they're the only ones that move. Well, no, man. I mean, look at Apple. Apple can move like a low floater. I mean,
yeah. Today it moved went from the opening bell. Moved. I'm looking at the chart right now. It moved about 4 points.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's big. Right. That's a lot of range in the day, and even Netflix is pretty beautiful, man. I mean, it's got a float of about 380 million. And that thing moves like a total low floater, I'm sorry. I commented today. It moved 11 points before it went green. Yeah. Before it went green. Like it's, that's the thing. Like it's pretty cool. Right. So, I just really want to like turn you guys on to thinking for yourselves. That's what this is about. A lot of people, I think they get caught up in, that I'm bashing people or I'm negative. I'm telling you, man, I'm not a negative guy. It may come off that way, but I'm not a negative guy. Like that's the thing. I'm a positive guy. There's nobody more optimistic than I am, and, I just get so upset over the wrong information that's out there. There's just a lot of bad information, right? And it pisses me off. Right. So, and that's my job. I take my job as an educator serious. So I'm going to expose the bullshit, and that's it. That's what you guys need. It's like, yeah, I'm not making any friends right now by doing it. I get it. Probably pissed off a lot of people, but I don't care. I don't care if I'm pissing people off because I'm pissing the people off I want to be pissing off,
right.
And it's got nothing to do with being a hater or I'm jealous of what they have. I'm not jealous at all. I'm pissed off of what they have because they're fucking frauds and phonies and fakes. They don't deserve it. Right. I have, when it comes to morals and like having a moral compass, I've been told I have a friend of mine. His name's Garth Hamilton, and he's a really prominent educator in the city of Edmonton, Alberta. And I've known him forever. And he's told me a few times that, I'm a morally superior person. And it's funny because I've said that before to people, and all they hear is the word superior. Like, it just goes to show that people, they don't really listen to what you're saying. You know, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but I just want to point that out. Like, people just don't listen. You know, they say, you just called yourself superior. You sound like an asshole. No, you motherfucker. I'm not. I didn't say that. I said morally superior. Do you understand what that means? It means my moral compass is sound and straight and true. You know?
Yeah, right.
I'm never going to compromise my morals for anything. You know? A lot of people keep their mouths shut in this world, and it really pisses me off. It's not right.
Yeah.
Speak up. You have a voice. If something is wrong, say it's wrong.
Right.
There's no reason to, especially on social media, you're scared of what? Strangers not liking you? Like what? But what it is they're afraid that they're gonna upset the balance, and they're gonna piss people off, and they're not gonna get subs, right? Yeah. The almighty subs.
Yeah, instead of putting out quality information, that's what they're concerned about, are followers, you know, and it's kind of a sad state of affairs if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like followers and subscriptions and subscribers and likes and shares have become the currency of this age. And it's ridiculous, people. Think about what you're trading. You are trading your word, your morals, your everything for a thumbs up or a like. You know, I see a lot of people, and I've mentioned this fucking guy before, I mean, on Twitter, and he does a lot of stuff that, you know, he's just saying it so then he can get a like and a share and a retweet, and it, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. It's like you can see through it, but yet people still hand clap for it, right?
Yeah.
And they fall for it because people are, I mean, I think that's what it is, and that's what can become upsetting for a guy like myself is I'm not a sheep. I've always been an independent thinker. And, you know, it just kind of, I don't know, man. Like, I don't understand stuff like that. Like that doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just the fact that you're putting this out here today saying, look, you know, it's summertime. It's going to be slow. You should probably plan and not really making a lot of money this summer. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not saying you can't, but
I mean,
realistically,
we did really well today. You know, even in a choppy market, we still did well.
Yeah,
but it's both being realistic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I mean, you're not going to hear these other guys saying, "Oh, it's going to slow down, so just be careful." You know, and I mean, I felt it today. I could just feel it today. You know, in the market when I was watching, you could just feel it. You know, so
and there's a lot of fear in the market too. Like, see, a lot of the thing is like there's a lot of and I hate the word newbies. Right. So I usually just call them new or newer traders. I don't like the word newbie. It almost sounds derogatory or something. You know, it's like it's like this decade's version of the N-word or something.
Right.
You know, I don't like the word newbie. I don't know. For whatever reason, it rubs me the wrong way. But anyways, they've been really spoiled over the past few years with summertime trading. And it's funny because when I hear people say, oh, this summer is, or like they said it last summer, I should say, you know, oh, the summer's so slow, and holy shit, no way, man. Last summer was awesome. And the summer before that, and the summer before that. This summer, it's starting to feel like proper summertime trading. You'll get that spike in the morning, and then that's it, right? And then it's side chop the rest of the day. Right. And that's what summertime trading is, because there's no money in the market. Right. So, but it also has to do with the fear in the market. Okay. Fear and greed drive the market, folks, period.
Yeah.
Okay. It's nothing more than that. People make it out to be a lot more than that. And it's funny because when you go on, I'll give you a prime example. If you look at CNBC and, they'll say, and I'm sure you've seen this, like actually a perfect example today is it said that the stock market drove higher as Microsoft closed, broke the 100 and closed on highs. They said that's the reason why the stock market rebounded. One stock, does not determine anything. But that's what I'm getting at. It's misinformation. I know that doesn't sound like it's big misinformation, guys, because it isn't. It's not like it's a huge slap in the face or anything like that. I'm just telling you, like, it's just wrong information, you know, and you'll see like other things too, like, oh, the stock market was down because I don't know, some random nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Right. And they'll make that their headline, and it's not. It was just a profit-taking day, right?
Yeah.
Like it's as simple as that. Like that brings us to another episode that we've done. Just keep it simple, right? Like don't overcomplicate things. Like I see people, and StockTwits is really bad for it. And if you guys haven't been on StockTwits, stay away. I was on StockTwits for about a month. I was like, fuck this. It's a zoo, man. It makes Twitter look like super tame. Like StockTwits is like the retarded cousin, the retarded inbred cousin of Twitter.
Yeah, right.
It's like an alcoholic meth addict.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's
I checked it out for a little bit, and it's just garbage.
Oh, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Anyone that's like really on StockTwits is a fucking degenerate.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's so funny though. Like, you know, another stock today, Tesla, right? So yesterday they're blowing up Tesla all over media, saying, you know, they finally reached their 5,000 output level that they were trying to get. So, you know, last night, everybody's long Tesla. Oh, it's going to blow up, you know, and what happens today? It just tanks, man. Like I couldn't figure it out. And you, I think you said it's just the big money's leaving, you know?
Yeah. It's
and
just,
maybe is it the summertime? I mean, what's your take on that? What do you think happened with it?
Well, I think Tesla.
Okay, Elmer
Tesla. Tesla.
Rabbit.
Tesla. Tesla was approaching highs on the daily chart.
Yeah.
Right? And I think people are getting, especially going into a long weekend.
Right.
Because tomorrow they might not necessarily have enough time to exit fully, because you can't just mark it out like 20 million shares or some shit like fucking our buddy Smash does.
Yeah, right.
You know, like it just doesn't work that way, right? So there's not enough time in a half a day, and they're not going to hold, like nobody's holding over the long weekend. Anyone with half a brain is going to exit everything. Right. I mean, long-term investors know, because I mean, they were in, you know, Tesla when it was like, I don't know, $10 or whatever the fuck it was, right? Like, I'm talking about the, you know, the people that got in on the last dip, or, you know, something like that, right? So they're going to get out for right now, and that's going to go for everything, you know. Excuse me, the you know, the tech bounce today, and it looks like it was a big bounce, but actually, if you look at all the volume is under the 50 SMA for volume. So it's under its average, right?
Right.
So is it bounce in? No, I don't think so. I think that could be some of the smart money looking for an exit strategy, right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to draw people in. They're trying to draw the dumb money in, right? Yeah. Because everyone's seeing, oh shit, big tech is bouncing. You know, Apple, Nvidia, Facebook, Twitter. It's all bouncing, right? So then they load in overnight, because everything closed on highs today, guys. It's, you know, it's Monday, July 2nd, just for reference. And if you take a look, it looks like everything's going to bounce tomorrow. It probably isn't. It's probably an exit strategy, and it may pop some more tomorrow, drawing in more dumb money, and then they're going to fucking unload, man. They're going to unload.
I think that's what happened with Tesla today, because, pre-market it went up 20 points. Mm-hmm. And so the smart money just said, because it's been such bad publicity the last month for Tesla, you get a pop like 20 points, the smart money's just going to take it. And leave,
they'll take it.
And I think that's what happened, because it never got over pre-market highs.
Yeah.
Didn't even get over, and it just grinded downward all day long.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end, but that was nothing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's what they're going to do. Like, Netflix got an upgrade today. But it was a real upgrade at $3.90, and Netflix actually did really well. See, Netflix may continue higher because we're coming into earnings. Like, this was the start of the third quarter, guys. So today marks the start of the third quarter. So, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe this is the turning point where things start coming up. But the smart money's been exiting the stock market since January at like a pretty incredible rate, right?
Yeah.
So, I really see the market pulling, but I mean,
let's take. Let me throw Netflix at you real quick, right? So, talking about summer's coming up, right? What do people do in summer? They're outside. Nobody's really, I mean, they are, but they're not watching Netflix like they do in the winter.
No.
Right? So I'm sure they're going to have good subscription rates, but I don't think the earnings coming up are going to be like they were the last quarter,
No, because last quarter was still winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I brought this up before, and I had a pretty good idea what it's going to do earnings. Like, okay, so first of all, for those of you that don't know, like, and a big misconception about earnings is that the earnings, the actual physical earnings, are going to dictate whether the stock gaps up or gaps down, right? When earnings are released. No. No. That's not how it works. It's not the actual earnings. It's estimated earnings. So basically, a bunch of fucking nerds get in a room, right, together, and after they're finished jerking each other off, they put out they put out a bunch of what they think once they crunch their numbers, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just joking about that. I mean, analysts, they they probably are
crunching numbers, or the jerking off part. What were you joking around about?
Yeah. But no, anyways, they crunch the numbers. They take a look, and they basically make a prediction through analysis whether they're going to do better, or they're going to come up with the number. Okay, let's say they crunch the numbers and they come up with a number of 13. Just an arbitrary number, folks. It doesn't mean anything. So once Netflix releases, and let's say their numbers are 15, well, they beat that analyst's expectations by 2. Okay, so that's going to drive it to go nuts. People are going to get involved because, holy shit, it blew the analyst's expectations out of the water. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a false perception of the company doing better. Like, do you guys follow? Does that make sense, Tino?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So that's kind of a good way to explain earnings. Like, earnings is the biggest fallacy of the stock market. It's like these earnings estimates and all that. Like, earnings is actually what drives the stock market, and it's funny because it's based on some guys crunching some numbers that it doesn't really matter. Who gives a fuck about their expectations or what they think it's going to do? Yeah. Opposed to what it actually does. And that's going to determine, like, that can knock off like millions and billions of dollars off like a company's market cap, man. Basically, its value.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at the daily chart on Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from January, it's gone up 128%.
Yeah.
Now, would you say that was smart money? You know, wintertime Netflix, great thing to have during the wintertime. They threw a lot of money. They jacked this thing up as high as they think they could have. It cracked 400, and it seems like it's having a hard time getting past 400. And now we're coming into summer with earnings coming up. Do you think the smart money is already pulled out and they're saying bye-bye until fall?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. Because you know, and it's not just about Netflix people. It's more of just we're trying to set the tone of, you know, putting things into perspective. So it's summertime, as Tino pointed out, and Netflix for this quarter, once they actually release their earnings, it's going to be mainly, you know, late spring, summertime, you know, that type of time, and people just aren't like pounding out the subscriptions to Netflix, right? Like they're not. So I think Netflix would gap down because everyone thinks like it, you know, Netflix is going to have huge blowout earnings quarter in, quarter out. And it just does. It's, you know, there's certain quarters that they're going to do better than others, right? So yeah, like all of these big price target raises right now with Netflix, because Netflix just got a bunch of raises.
Almost 500
a month or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an exit strategy. I think it's going to be an exit strategy, right? Like, I do think Netflix will probably not have the greatest earnings, and it'll, because it's so overinflated, and I'm not saying it's overvalued. I don't know. I've never looked over the balance sheet, guys. I don't give a shit. I play price action. I don't get involved with, you know, the fundamentals of the company. You know, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm a day trader. I'm not a swing trader or a long-term investor. I don't believe in doing long-term investments as it stands right now. I don't. The market is super inflated, so wait for it to dip out and then load in. You know, that's just my belief, right? Wait for it to really pull back, and then you can really load in. You know, if you're doing some self-investing, like, just there's no rush to throw your money in, right? Like just hang tight, you know, like because I do think a pullback's coming. But yeah, in regards to Netflix, yeah, I think it's like the smart money's exiting up at highs here.
Yeah. You know, and I think, you know, with, like you said, when we talked last week, you know, Trump's picking fights with everybody, and they're saying all these tariffs are going to have a trickle down effect, you know, and it's going to catch up to everybody soon, and people aren't going to spend like they were. You know, I think they're too scared. So I think that's definitely going to affect this summer. You know?
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
You know, we're only one tweet away from complete disaster right now, guys.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, it's not even the fact of with tariffs and these trade wars. It's just, it's been going on too long. You know, like, fucking spit it out already. You know.
Yeah.
Like, just like last year's big thing that was, you know, kind of rocking the boat and, you know, really uncertain in the market was the Fed raising, right? And they, you know, the tax rates. And when it finally did happen, the market didn't really care. It's the speculation that drives the market. So right now, guys, right now, we're in a highly speculative market. And the speculation is having to do with these tariffs. Is he going to do it? Is he not going to do it? Well, I believe he is going to do it, so I'm going to take my money out. Well, I don't think he is going to do it, so I'm going to put my money in.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what's going on right now. So once he finally gets his shit together and signs the dotted line or whatever happens, then it'll finally be okay. It's almost like the anticipation of putting your hand out to burn the stove.
Yeah, right.
You know it's going to be hot. And you know it's going to hurt. But if you're fast enough and once you touch it, it actually doesn't hurt at the time. For anyone that's actually burned themselves, the burn itself doesn't hurt. It's more of the mental mindfuck of watching a piece of hot molten metal fall. And it's that cringe, like I'm a welder, and that's why I'm using this analogy. And it's more the cringe of it falling.
Yeah.
That it's not the actual burn that hurts. Like, I hope that makes sense. You know, like it's the leading up to it that hurts the most. It's the fear. Right? And fear drives the stock market, fear and greed, right? And like some people take that as like it's some sort of cliche, right? It's not a cliche. It's the absolute, that's what it boils down to. If you take away what the stock market really is, it's just fear and greed. That's all it is. And right now we're in a very fearful market. So even today, okay, if you look at today, again, it's July 2nd. If you look at after the fact, in hindsight, the market was an extremely easy trading day. But it wasn't. In real time, it wasn't. It was very heavy moving up, very scary when it was moving down. It was very heavy moving up, very. So to go long, you were very hesitant, okay? So what I mean by heavy, if you're watching those candles, they're not just going up, up, up. It's a little tick up and then a big tick down. And then it comes up 3 steps and then 4 steps back. But then it finally closes green. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it looks a lot easier to trade in hindsight right now. Okay. And that's why a lot of new traders, they really don't understand until they get that screen time in, you know? So I'm going to reel it back in here, folks. Okay. Because we've been kind of going on about, you know, this and that. And I mean, lots of good information, but I just want to talk about, you know, summertime trading expectations. And summertime trading is very difficult. Okay. You know, like I said, today, in hindsight, it looked like it was a really easy, wonderful trading day. You know, like Apple gave a bunch of opportunities. NVIDIA, actually, I missed NVIDIA today. It gave I announced it at the double bottom on the VWAP, right?
Yeah, it's got a
But I was kind of in the middle of doing a little bit of a lesson on screen share. Right. And I missed the actual entry and whatever. I mean, fuck, it is what it is, guys. It doesn't matter. There's always another trade, right? But, you know, NVIDIA gave up perfect, you know, but why didn't I take it at that second test? It's just because it was a very heavy day. It's just a very heavy day, right? So, you know, a lot of people, I just don't think that they really understand, right? Like new traders, they just don't get it. They just don't get it right now. They really don't, right? And I think if you can survive this market, you're going to do really, really well, right? So,
yeah,
you know,
and I think what you said about, you know, it's a heavy. It was heavy today, and it seemed. I mean, NVIDIA did a perfect VWAP tag right about 11:30, but it took a long time to get there. So you could have got faked out, but it eventually got there, and man, it hit it to the T 3 times.
Yeah, that's that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, you that's set right there. Yeah,
and you look at a lot of these other intraday charts of these big stocks, and man, they are hitting key levels right almost to the penny, but like I said, they're taking a long time to get to those key levels, you know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity to get faked out in the middle. So that's why, I like you said, the summer is a time where you got to sit back and just kind of watch sometimes and don't feel bad about watching. You know what I mean? And wait for those setups. We talked about it this morning where, and I'm learning this every day is, you know, before I was always right out of the gate. Oh, I gotta be in a trade right out of the gate, you know, because I got to start making money. But man, if you look at these intraday charts, and you sit back and watch them within the first half. You just sit back and watch for the first half hour. Don't even get involved.
Yeah.
And you'll start seeing some beautiful setups.
Yeah.
you know?
And like I say all the time, like these will give you a setup if you're patient.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they really will. They will. Each and every day, one of these, 12 market leading stocks that we watch every day, they will give you a setup to hit a home run. They will. They will. Bottom line, they will.
Yeah.
But you need to be patient. And a lot of new traders, they don't have that patience, especially when they come into a chat room. They want a bunch of action because they see a bunch of nonsense on Twitter with people calling out a bunch of fucking crazy ass plays. Like it's just like, it's almost like a minefield of plays, right?
Yeah.
Like this is ripping, 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 this is ripping. Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
It's not like that, people, right? It's not like that.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking wait, period, man. You gotta wait. And the ones that are patient are they're gonna do really well, man. They really are. They really are. You don't need to hit a trade within that first minute. There is one setup that I use within the first minute, and some people consider the opening candle to be gambling. It's not, if you can feel the momentum, right? But I don't call out those plays anymore. Because, first of all, you got to be fucking super fast, right?
Yeah.
Number two, I actually give a shit about my members, and I don't want them to get involved with something that they don't have the skill level to handle. Not like that fucking ponytailed fuckhead that doesn't care. He doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can tell that Mr. Ponytail doesn't give a shit about you guys. You want to know why? Because he charges you $200 just for the chat room with no educational material to go along with it.
It's crazy.
It's insane. It's gross, actually. But like I said, I mean, I don't even really want to get into that today. But, it's just, it's, man, just be patient. Man, I'm telling you guys. Are you finding,
with your experience in the summer, are you finding, after lunchtime, there's a good setup waiting to happen, or is it following the SPY too much? What should people be looking out for, if they don't want to jump right in right away? I mean, even after lunchtime, it looks like there's some good things happening. I mean, today the SPY just kept gradually creeping up, and everything kind of followed it.
Yeah. See, around lunchtime, it was just before lunchtime. I'm not big on getting involved with trades around that time, but, you can wait until after lunchtime. And what I would wait for is after a pullback to the VWAP. Okay. Now I'm talking about a bullish stock. Okay, folks. So to go long, this is what I would watch for. Okay. You guys ready? So the stock, it rips up in the morning. Okay. It grinds up or rips up. It puts in a high. Now the retrace begins, which usually happens around, 10:15, 10:30. But lately it's happening a little bit later. You'll get almost that secondary push. So it'll happen at about, 10:45, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And then it starts pulling back. And where's it going to pull back to? It's going to pull back to the VWAP. Okay. And the reason why it pulls back to the VWAP is because hedge funds have a bunch of buy orders and they have a bunch of sell orders. And they got a lot of volume to sell and then a lot of volume to buy. Well, they want to get the best price for their clients. So they put out all the sell orders nice and slow, and they drive the stock back down. And the best price to buy at is the VWAP. So that's why it bounces off the VWAP. Okay. So that's what you're going to watch for. You're going to watch for that pullback down to the VWAP. And sometimes the smart money or the market makers, they'll shake you out, right? They want to shake out the dumb money, the ones that can't hold, right? That are, they know our rules, right? They know that we have tight stops and, so they're going to shake us out. So they're going to crack it at the VWAP, and then it's going to pull back quite a bit. And then it's finally going to level, and then that's your entry, right? So that I'm kind of looking at Apple, and I'm giving my take on Apple for today. Like that's basically what they did.
That's NVIDIA did the exact same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's what I would watch for. So then after lunch, After it bounces off of the VWAP and it's going to grind up some, wait for that pullback now. It's going to put in a higher low. Take it there. And it'll be right around after lunchtime. Because that's when some more buying will come in. Because it's not going to have, especially right now during lunchtime lull, stay the fuck away, guys. Stay away. Don't trade it, because you're going to get smoked. You're going to get faked out. It's going to be disastrous. It's not going to be good. So wait until after, like 115, 120, somewhere around there, right? That's what I would watch for. Yeah. And then even later day, Apple, this was a really good opportunity. And I took this scalp. It's kind of a scalper's market. I'm not big on this is what I consider a scalp, and a scalp is still well over a point. It's not like a scalp in the mad as sense, guys. So Apple put in like a double top right around 230. Yeah. Well, I just got back from the barber, and yeah, that's right. I don't go to a fucking hair salon. I go to a fucking barber with old Italian men with straight razors and, manly shit, not this fucking hairstylist bullshit. Anyways, they got such thick accents you can barely understand them. It's great. Right. They got fucking the World Cup on, and I'm not a big fan of soccer, but it's manly shit. Well, soccer's not manly though. Easy. They are pussies though. I mean, I don't. Oh, they're total pussies. They're the biggest pussies I've ever. I played soccer my whole life. They're the biggest pussies I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, and you're probably the biggest pussy I've ever met. So just second. Yeah, I think there's one guy bigger pussy than I am. But, but anyways, on Apple, I just got back in the door and I saw the setup and I hammered it. And, I'm looking at the chart, right at the double top. You said, yeah, perfect double top. Yeah, and perfect. What time was it? Was like right at what 2:30? Yeah, about that. Yeah, about 2:30. Yeah. It put in a perfect double top. I shorted it back down. And once it started to hold underneath the 50 EMA on the 1 minute, that's where I got out. So I paid myself basically as it broke the 50 EMA and then got out the rest as it was holding. So a perfect opportunity, right? And I played the put options on that. And I don't consider myself an options trader at all. By the way, some people, they kind of hear me talking about options and they start going on about fucking thetas and gammas and deltas and fucking in the money options and out of the money options. It's like, I don't give a shit about that. It's like, that's all nonsense. Don't worry about that. You don't need to know that. Right. So I trade them very differently. It's basically like caveman trading. That works extremely well, by the way. That's how I've made my fucking money in the markets, is not knowing a whole shitload, about the back end and how things work. I don't care. Yeah. That's all bullshit in order to, I don't even know, like, I don't know. It's just like keep the retail traders out, maybe. Yeah, like it's just designed to confuse us or something. Mm-hmm. Like take up all of our time learning how to understand Andrew's pitchfork. And actually, Andrew's pitchfork, that little indicator it's support and resistance. It's just an example, guys. Relax for all you Andrew's pitchfork users. Well, actually, the Andrew's pitchfork works pretty good if you know how to lay it down. What the hell is that? Oh, it's some fucking nonsense. Just lay down a goddamn fucking trend line for right sakes. People. So these new traders, I mean, I don't even want to say new traders, but these traders coming in to the summer that we have going on right now. I mean, what would be some basic advice for them to look out for? What would you tell them to expect? What would you tell them not to expect? I would tell them what not to expect is easy. Yeah. Easy and fast, I guess would be the best way to say it. Don't expect like a bunch of like really easy gains. You got to remember too, like as a professional, a guy with a fair bit of screen time and, I've been doing this, quite a while. a guy's going to make it look easy, but you can say that about anyone, you know. You can, take a look at an artist that's painting a painting or whatever. They make it look super easy, and then okay, I get a good analogy. Go on and try out like a YouTube tutorial. They make it look really fucking easy, right? But it's not. It's not, right? So, just and really be patient, especially like summertime trading, man. Like, if you are just learning to trade and you just picked it up just in the middle of summer type of thing, like just pump the fucking brakes, man. Like pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Like, man, if there's one piece of advice that I could give you is just relax. You're not going to make any fucking money during summertime trading. Not as a new trader, right?
Yeah.
Like just hang tight, pump the brakes, man, invest in fucking education, people.
Yeah, and I think that's a big thing with penny stocks too, is that especially when it's slow in the summer, all these penny stock traders they're waiting for that one runner to go. And when it happens, everybody piles on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Super crowded, shitty trade.
Super crowded, and they don't happen that often, so everybody's just sitting there waiting. I mean, I just think that's the dumbest strategy.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it really is, and that's why I prefer these higher price, bigger board stocks with higher float, because one chat room can't pump it. Yeah, right. Like, let's say every single member of TrickTrades had a fair size, nice size, big account. They still couldn't move. All of us couldn't move Apple, right? Right.
And Apple moved 4 points today.
Yeah. So it goes to show, like, there's a lot of people that trade these. So, use that to your advantage, right?
Yeah.
And you got to remember too, guys, like, they're professional traders trading these stocks. They follow the rules. Right. Yeah. Like sometimes they don't follow it perfectly. Right. But that's usually designed just to shake us out. Right.
Yeah.
And, but there are still some low floaters. Like Tesla's a low floater, guys. Like a lot of people don't realize, like Tesla's a low floater. A low float is defined as 100 million in float or under. Tesla's 117 million. So it's just above the realm of a low floater. It's a low floater, guys. It doesn't take a lot of volume to move Tesla. And Netflix, it's pretty low float at 378 million. You guys coming from penny stock land, they think when they see something with like 380 million in float, they think it's a big float, and it's not, man.
Well, no. They hammer into everybody's head that it's the 10 million and under. That's for some reason that's the threshold. I don't know why.
I know.
That's what I got taught, that's all I looked for, you know?
And I'm telling you guys, that's fallacy number one, man. Wow. C.
Yeah.
In a 1 to Z. That's right. I said Z. I'm fucking Canadian, motherfuckers.
Well, what about account size coming into the summer? Like, what type of padding do you think you should have? What should you expect?
Well, not even just for summer, but you're going to take some, I don't want to say hits, but you're going to get chopped up a lot in the summer. And especially as a new trader, you're going to be like a fucking kid in a candy store when you first get into day trading, right? Because you see a bunch of these guys, they're taking 1,000 fucking trades a day. So you think that that's normal, and it's not. They're most likely paper traders. That's why they're taking 100 trades in a day, because they're paper traders or inexperienced. You should only be taking a few trades a day, right?
Yeah.
Some days, I shouldn't say that. Some days, a guy does take when the setups are there. You take it, right? And so, take my words a little loosely there. But, just for account size, you don't really want to start with anything under like $5,000, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can, right? Like, I have a funded accounts program where But that's the thing. Like, people have unrealistic expectations as well when it comes to these prop accounts and funded accounts and shit. They think they're going to get like a $700 max loss account with a $14,000 buying power, and they're going to pay like, I'll get it for like $350 for them, and they think they're going to turn $350 investment into $1 million.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not going to happen. Those accounts, those are basically designed for you to blow up. They're just for you to get your feet wet, right? To learn how to trade, place orders and see how the market moves and this and that. Like, you're not going to make fucking a shitload of money because they're hard to grow. Those, especially the 700 max loss accounts, they're hard to grow, guys. They are.
Yeah, and with these penny stocks, especially in the summer when there's not a lot of play, so everybody's just kind of waiting for that one and everybody piles on it. It's that much more volatile, and you're going to get smoked even faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I just think it's a way better idea to play these big board stocks, and especially in the summer.
Yeah.
Where they're more consistent. You're not going to lose your ass. And sometimes, because sometimes they're priced high, it's actually a good thing because it keeps you from playing a lot of money because you can only afford a certain amount. So it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, no, it really is. They really are. There's a reason why I teach the way I teach, guys. Like, there's, like some people say, oh, you're so against penny stocks. I'm like, yeah, for a new trader, I am, though. I am. I trade penny stocks from time to time, guys. But there's a difference between you and I, right? Like, they're not for new traders, and that's what I'm getting at. Once you learn how to trade and you actually have a proper grasp on it, take a couple fucking penny stock trades when the opportunity comes up, but just don't make that your meal ticket, because it's not a meal ticket. That's a one-way road to the fucking the meal line, right? So that's what I'm getting at. Like, a lot of people, they don't really listen to what I say, right? Like, people have a real hard time with selective hearing. And I think that's one of my biggest issues with people is they're not really listening, right? They might be listening, but they're not hearing. Like, they just don't fucking get it. They have selective hearing. Like, one of these fucking guys, these fucking idiots, I got hit up on Twitter. He's like, okay, we get it. You hit Apple for 2 points. Well, I just hit, it was some penny stock he mentioned. I just hit some penny stock for 1.5 points. So what are you talking about, range? It's like, yeah, but I hit that. I can get a point out of Apple or 2 points out of Apple almost on every trade 3-4 times a day. You've been waiting to catch 1 point on that fucking penny stock. That's probably the best trade you've ever had, you fucking dummy. Yeah. It's not going to happen every day, but you can trade these stocks and it's all scalable. So once you have a big badass motherfucking account, you can take thousands of shares of Apple and make huge stupid money. Yeah. Or you can leverage that and trade the option side of things and make really stupid money. Yeah. Right. And that's what these dummies, they don't get it. It's a bunch of fucking newbies that, they talk shit. They have no idea what they're talking about, and they'll probably, they will blow up. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, fuck penny stocks. Well, yeah, I fucking told you. Yeah. You're new and you have an opinion. You haven't earned the right to have an opinion. You don't. And
you know what? Here's another thing that a lot of people don't think about, especially in the summertime, is especially if you're going to go down that road and play these shit stocks, these low floaters, these penny stocks. You're going against high school kids and college kids that are on summer vacation. Yeah. And you're going against them not only in playing those stocks, you're going against them on social media when they're talking all kinds of shit. You're probably talking to a fucking teenager. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they have nothing to do. They're on summer vacation. So they're going to pile in on what they think is the easiest way, and that's penny stocks. So
yeah, exactly.
That's the reason why I would never do it, especially in the summertime.
Yeah. Yes.
And, they're never going to play, big board stocks. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's, if you are a person that takes yourself serious, and again, listen to what I'm fucking saying, right? If you're a person that's learning how to trade and wants to learn properly, okay, come to a place that actually gives a shit. Number one, there's actually some education involved, right? And that is going to really show you how to properly trade. And like Tino just pointed out, like a lot of, don't you like what you're going to take your advice from a bunch of fucking kids that, first of all, they got no hair on their nuts. And second of all, I mean, they're,
that from experience.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, stop taking advice from kids, little kids.
That's who you're going against in social media right now. Yeah. They got nothing else to do in the summer but spend their time on the freaking cell phone and talk shit because it makes them feel better.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's just like moving forward. I can't be bothered with people that want to talk shit. I really can't because they have no idea. They don't know. You don't know. It's a bunch of, just stupid little fucking schoolgirls, right? That think they know something. And I mean, they don't, right?
Right.
If you want to actually, properly learn, I mean, you're going to come to a place that has a badass educational system and not some fluff bullshit that I see people saying that they have good education and they got a bunch of fucking fake accounts saying, oh, you're so good. First of all, I don't own one single fake account. Okay. And that's my fucking word to God. Okay. I don't pay people to boost me. I don't force them to boost me. My members really do believe in what I'm doing because I speak the fucking truth, man.
Yeah.
They like, people aren't stupid, right? They can tell when a guy's a real deal or not. And come check us out. I mean, you'll see the difference between someone that actually gives a shit and someone that doesn't. I mean, just with the level of content alone is incredible. You know? But
so I think this summer, the best thing to do, if you can, is just to relax and watch and get some screen time.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to learn how markets move in the summer.
Especially, we're in such a crazy time with everything going on in the world.
Yep.
So it's kind of a good thing that you're going through it.
Yeah, we're right on the cusp of a complete bear market. This sort of thing is only going to happen a few times in your lifetime that you're going to witness how the market's been trading since the beginning of January when the market started going parabolic. I called the top on the market. And it's like, oh, here we go. This is, fucking rights, man. This is absolutely the beginning of bear. You get that parabolic push. Just like on the 1 minute time frame, you get that parabolic push into a whole number. What do? You don't go long. You fucking short it, right?
Yeah.
And you short all pops on the way down. And I'm not saying, and here's the thing too. Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If the market breaks highs and it rips, it continues to rip, awesome, right? But I really don't think so. We're in a very shaky market. In order for it to really regain ground, there's going to have to be big changes in politics. There's going to have to be big changes in a lot of things, in a lot of policy. And it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Not with the president we have. And I don't have anything against Trump. I mean, on some level, I kind of like the guy, but on some level, I kind of fucking hate the guy. I'm very in between with him. Some days it's like, I really understand what he's doing, but I wish he would just pump the brakes a little bit, right? It's almost like there's another agenda going on. Like it's almost like it's pretty clear he's got some sort of agenda going on.
Yeah, right.
Right? That like people aren't thinking about, people aren't seeing. like you'll notice, and I'm not talking conspiracy theory or anything like that. It's pretty clear to me when every time the market starts, like leveling out and okay, the bulls start stepping back in and you can tell smart money starts stepping back in. What happens? He tweets some nonsense that scares people and spooks them out of their positions.
Yeah.
Man, motherfucker's a short seller. I mean, he is. Come on, he's got to be, right? President. Just the biggest, baddest short seller in the world. Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I'm just going to enjoy this summer. I mean,
man. Yeah.
Have some fun. Do a lot more studying than trading.
Now's the time, guys. Like Tino just said to do studying. Like now's the time to really dig in deep into your education. Yeah. It really is, because come October or like late September, October, it's game on, man.
Yeah,
because the market is going to pick a direction, probably right smack dab at the beginning of October, like first week of October. It'll be clear. It'll be clear as day. Yeah. Now whether it levels out and rips or it fucking tanks, it'll be clear. And it's going to be a clear direction. And from that point forward, trading is going to become very sound. And it's not going to become easy, but it's going to become very clear. Okay? So now's the time to prepare yourself, guys. Now's the time to dig in deep and get involved with some proper education. And I don't want to hear, I don't have fucking money. And, once I start making money, then I will. That's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. You got to invest in your education. And I'm not talking about like a bunch of fucking Tim Sykes DVDs. There's no educational value in that. Like I'm telling you, like come and get some proper education, man. Hit someone up like anywhere between 4 a.m. and 11 p.m. Anytime.
Yeah, right.
That's the truth. You can.
Yeah.
And I'll answer you.
Yeah, and just watch for people that don't even have a clue about these bigger stocks. Now's the time to check them out.
Yeah.
If you're playing these low floaters and these penny stocks, okay, cool, but do yourself a favor and just check them out and see how they move this summer. You don't have to play them. And that's another thing. Don't play every day. I'm not trading every day. I trade a couple times a week right now. That's it.
Yeah. Only when there's a good solid setup.
Yeah. And it just takes, you got to be restrained with your FOMO. You have to pull that. You have to reel that in. It's summertime. Go enjoy it. You know what I mean? Trading's always going to be there.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Enjoy the summer. This is the time to really get involved and learn something,
Yeah.
And that's my advice. And it is that really is my advice that I really, that's what you guys should do. Enjoy your time off from work and school and all that shit. But work in the respect of work towards your future, guys. Now's the time to do it, because when you're in the middle of let's say October, or you're in the around March, now that's not the time because you need time to learn, right? When people are hammering shit, like you're not gonna have time to learn, and you're gonna lose, and then you be fucking trading's too hard, fuck this, it's all bullshit. Yeah, because you're kind of learning at the wrong time, or you didn't take the time to learn. You're just jumping in like and a fucking idiot. Don't do that.
Right.
Plain and simple. Just, this shit's hard, guys.
Yeah.
So I think we'll leave it at that. You got anything else, Tino?
No, like I said, just study more than you're trading right now, unless you want to do it. But I'm just saying, this summer, it's going to be a tough summer. It's like nothing we've seen before. So nobody knows what to expect.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing is to take a little time off from day-to-day trading and study more than you're trading. And if you see something good, cool, go for it. If not, you're not going to lose a lot of money, and you're going to be learning more than you are trading. So, and get ready for the fall,
Yeah, exactly.
There's going to be opportunities out there this summer for sure. It's just a matter of being patient and waiting for them.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, guys. Like,
Yeah.
Before we leave, oh no, we're hitting like fucking a member in our at TrickTrades. Moses hit, I can't remember, 20.
God, 15 or 20
points on Tesla, and then Anthony hit almost 20 points on CMG the other day. Like, we're hammering shit left, right, and center, guys. But they're patient. That's what I'm getting at. That's the difference. They're being patient, right?
Yeah.
So come to a place and learn how to fucking express some patience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got that. We got the consistency challenge still going on, so focus on that. And for all you new people out there that are joining us for the first time, go check out our free content on YouTube. Just search TrickTrades on YouTube. It's the most amazing free stuff you'll ever get.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and if you think that, you'll be blown away. But the membership's that times 1,000. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So go check that out, and I don't know. Keep poking your head back. We'll be around.
Yeah, we got some really big things too coming up with the Fallout Shelter podcast. We got a lot of really awesome, like actual guests, real guests coming in, not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's real. Come on.
Oh yeah, but he's right beside me, man. He's on the whole time.
Yeah, he just got done banging the housekeeper.
Yeah, just like a really good looking housekeeper. Yeah.
So, and I think we might get Christopher Walken to come back.
Yeah.
When he's not so fucked up on pills or booze or whatever he was doing. I don't know. So
yeah.
We got him coming back, and a lot of cool stuff. So
yeah. Plus some really good in-house guests, and we're going to start really. I really want to start talking with real traders, not paper traders. That we're going to talk about what they're going through, and their thoughts, and it's going to get great, guys. Like, this is the beginning, so hang tight and buckle up, because we got a fucking wild ride to go together on. So
man.
On that note, thanks, Tino.
You got it, buddy.
Okay, everyone. Have a good one. Love you all. Adios.
Later, guys. Bye.